Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here, and today I have for you: streaming can't compete with physical media. As if streaming ever could compete with physical media. Never has, never will, and won't ever be able to. But what this is all about is I was sent an article recently by Video Tasties, talking about what I just mentioned about how streaming can't compete with physical media. So I will put a link to Garrett Video Tasties channel down below if you guys want. If you guys want to throw him a sub or something, that's up to you. I mean, he's a good guy, but he likes to pick on me. I see you, Garrett. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and bring up this article right here. And we'll also put a link to this article in the description down below because I'm not going to read this whole article. This article does come to us from T3 over in the UK. That's why favor is spelled that way. I'm not going to read this whole article because some of the stuff in this article I've gone over multiple times in multiple videos and stuff, and I don't hold a tune to the ideal that physical media is dead or dying, as is brought up a lot in these articles about physical media dead or dying, because when people, discover, hey, you know what, a Blu-ray or a 4K is better than streaming, I got to write about this because physical media is dead or dying. So they write about it, and they often bring that up. It's not, as far as I'm concerned, but that's neither here nor there. But I will get to the part that I'm going to go over where it talks about, how I know it says 4K Blu-ray, but this author does mean physical media like Blu-rays and all that in general. Blu-rays and 4Ks will be better than streaming. DVD is probably about on the level of streaming, but DVD is fine for the average person. I have no complaints about that. But let's scroll down here to where I want to talk to you guys. It says streaming lacks quality and permanence. That it does. That it does. And of course, the Oppenheimer. I love how people use the Oppenheimer thing for that. I've even used that on my channel before in a thumbnail. It says the proliferation of streaming services is also costing you, yes, you and I, not me, really, more and more to the point that something's got to give. Yes, it does, because I've noticed that a lot of people are getting fed up with the prices of streaming and stuff. And I know you say well, not everybody wants physical media in the house. That costs more money. The prices are up and everything. But you know what? If you buy your favorites, as I've said before, just your favorites on a physical copy, you will have them forever. It's a one-time payment, and it's not a constant payment of $8 to $20, depending on what level of streaming you want, every month. Add that up over time. You're paying thousands and thousands of dollars. You could pay $25, $30 for one of your favorite movies on a 4K or a Blu-ray, or go to DVD, pay like $5 for one of your favorite movies. One-time payment, it's yours forever, and you never have to worry about streaming problems. But let's continue with what this article says. And it says, sure, buying a 4K Blu-ray isn't cheap. Hey, I just said that. But then you possess it to watch forever, or well, until the disc disintegrates in some distant future. Certainly not foolproof, I know. Hey, I'm not talking about disc rot. I've talked about that before. People got mad at me. So yeah, it is what it is. Take it as you will. And it says, I've watched hundreds of movies and shows on streaming services, as I'm sure many or even most of us have, without realizing it. Not me. But I've started to notice with increasing regularity that the quality isn't quite up to scratch, or that services have removed features and then will only put them back if you pay more, such as Amazon removing Dolby Atmos and Dolby Atmos, I think they typed that twice, for its ad-serving version of Prime Video. Exactly. Not only will a Blu-ray or a 4K have better sound, better picture quality, better bit rate, it will be better in general all around, because now if you do want what they will call a streaming 4K with Dolby Atmos and everything, which still isn't the quality of a 4K disc at all, it's still way below it, even with audio and everything, you have to pay more, right? Like I said, it depends on what tier you want. So if you want no advertisements, if you want the 4K, if you want the Dolby Atmos, you got to pay for that. And even in the end, that 4K, that Dolby Atmos, and those no commercials are still worse than an actual 4K disc or a Blu-ray disc in some cases. In some cases, what you're streaming is not quite 4K. It's more like in the middle between a DVD and a Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is still better than the 4K and stuff that you're streaming, right? But it's ease and comfort. Everybody wants ease and comfort. And then, what cracks me up is you'll get people who will say, man, physical media is dead or dying. That's my theory on why so many people like to say physical media is dead or dying, is because they're getting fed up with streaming, right? They're getting fed up with the prices, the quality, the shows being taken down, shows being edited, movies being edited, movies being rearranged, not being able to find the movie you wanted. And they'll go, man, I miss the days of physical media. It's dead or dying, and then they still continue to pay for streaming. Buy physical media. right? Stop complaining. It's still out there, still available. Is it as abundant as it once was? No, it went back to a niche audience of collectors and people who are getting fed up with streaming, right? Yes, like I've said before in my multiple videos, couple videos here lately, is I could go over a list and list of problems that people have and complain about physical media, about the prices, limited ability, and everything. But I personally am still happy that physical media is still out there, still available, still better than streaming. And if you pay a one-time payment, you will have your favorites forever. It's just that simple to me. And if I have the money for something, I'm going to buy it if I want it. It doesn't affect me in that sense. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I'm a simple man. That's how I roll. And it says, and for clarity, I don't mean I'm peeping at the literal data rate. Moreover, that I'm watching a show and seeing all kinds of banding ingredients or compression artifact blocking that dances around to the point of distraction, especially in dark scenes, or just a lack of the same bite that you can be fairly sure is available in the original master. Yes, because when they scan a 2K scan or a 4K scan and put it on a Blu-ray or a 4K disc, it is the original scan of the movie. It's how the movie is meant to be seen. It's how it's the data, the rate, everything is perfect. The darks are rich and dark, and the colors are vibrant, pop, and there's grain. Films look like film, right? Unless you're getting a brand new movie which is shot on a 4K digital camera, so it will look incredible in that sense if you like that digitalness, right? With streaming, you will never have that. You will never ever have that. It will never catch up to those discs. It just will not. And I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Once again, like I said, I will put a link to the article in the description down below and the Video Tasty's channel down below if you guys want to go sub to him and read that whole article in its entirety. Like I said, I didn't want to read the whole article because I was skimming through it earlier. And it does talk about like physical media is dead or dying, and how we all stop buying it and all that. And it's like a lot of that I've said before here on the channel. I've talked about it and I've given my thoughts about it. And I didn't want to rehash some of that, but that part there where he talks about that streaming specifically, how it can't compete with a physical copy, is what I wanted to touch on, because streaming cannot compete with the physical copy. And like, take for instance, I mentioned this not too long ago, I got the Twin Peaks from Z to A on Blu-ray. I finished the first season, just the first season. It looks incredible on Blu-ray. I don't know how this looks on streaming. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere, but it looks incredible. And I will have this forever, and I can watch Twin Peaks forever, and I don't have to worry about, case if it's on Paramount Plus, because I know it was a CBS show, Showtime show. I don't know. I really don't know. But I don't have to worry about it being moved from there or Netflix or other things. I will have it forever. I can watch it forever. Now, not everybody's going to want this. I'm a collector, so I'm going to collect. But this will look better than it will look on any streaming service. And I know that's a TV series and stuff, but, it just will. And so do movies and everything. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Do you guys... have you noticed, for those who stream, because I don't really stream, and like I know I got my Roku TV, I've talked about it before. I've watched Shudder on streaming, and I've watched Full Moon Pictures on streaming. Then I use it for YouTube. That's about really it. That's all I do. Mostly I'm physical media. But for those of you who do streaming and physical media, have you, or just have watched streaming and are getting fed up with it? Let me know some of your thoughts about that. Does it look better than your Blu-rays or 4Ks? Does it look worse? Are you fed up with streaming? Let me know that in the comment section down below. If you liked what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing, hitting that bell for notifications. That'd be awesome if I earn your guys' subscriptions, or possibly share the video out for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member, because that would help out my channel immensely. Thank you, and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all of your support. And to everybody watching, whether you liked me, hated me, or liked this video, or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Wherever you all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media, because it truly is the superior format. Way better than streaming, and it will always be the superior format now more than ever. Godspeed.